What's up, Reign of Terror? First, before I start the video, just take a look at this. It's a really competitive league. We got two teams 4-2, a whole bunch of 3-3s, and two teams 2-4. You really can't ask for much better competition than that. So I'm pretty happy with how competitive this league's been so far. So I think you guys are getting the pattern down by now. We're going to do the recaps, and then we're going to do the power rankings. Now that it's week 6, we're about halfway through the season. First, I want to go over some injuries without going through the whole sheet. Nipples lost Marino. Ridley went down. He's out for the year for Rams Rule, which is now Rams Drool. And Cruz also went down with an ACL injury, and he belonged to Yackel's team. So, there's a lot of injuries going on right now. Calvin Johnson's still hurt. AJ Green's going to be out another week, it looks like. Graham apparently is going to be out 2 more weeks. And Ball's going to actually have to have surgery. So this is pretty bad. And, fantasy football is a war of attrition, so you got to plan for contingency. So I hope everyone who's got injured players thought smart and had a backup plan. So in our first match of the week, we had Where's the Beef Brady just beating the antagonist. Antagonist got the second loss of the season. Thanks, CJ Spiller and Percy Harvin, you douchebags giving me negative points. Andrew Luck, Cobb Benjamin, finally Bell on my good list. That's Where's the Beef Brady. He must have been worried coming in because Breeze was on a bye week, but Andy Dalton came in. They had a great game for him, 21 points. Mike Wallace, another good game. DeMarco Murray, 6 straight 100-plus yard rushing thing. He's the best rusher of the year. Greg Olsen, even though injured, put up 12 points. And again, the New England kicker and defense put up a ton of points for Where's the Beef Brady. In our second matchup of the week, we had Rams Drool winning their second game in a row against the Sloppy Joes. They put up 120 points, which is almost enough for them to secure high score again this week. Underperformances by Macklin and Gore cost Sloppy Joes some points, with Jamal Charles out on a bye week. But Ben Tate and Brandon Marshall seem to be healing up just fine, and they put up some good points for him. As for the Rams Drool, he had a killer week from Rodgers, Forte, and the newly acquired Brandon Oliver off waivers. Great pickup. This more than covered the bad performances by Dwayne Allen, V-Jax, and the kicker. This week, Raging Ray Rice broke his 2-game losing streak and moved to 3-3 against the Dingleberries. He had another outstanding performance from Foster. Larry Fitzgerald finally had a good week, but Owen Daniels and Wes Welker were garbage water. Dingles, their players were a bunch of basic bitches this week. Floyd, Bell, and Romo were the only ones scoring more than 10 points. Lacey surprisingly didn't do much against Miami's defense, but he'll probably rebound in the upcoming week. This is a pretty strong team right here. With my nipples, hands to Mary Stormborn, third loss in a row. With my nipples moves to 3-3. Peyton Manning, Julius Thomas once again keeping the nipples afloat. T.Y. Hilton having a monster week, while the running backs kind of struggled, and it appears that Wright may have been the wrong choice. Demarius Stormborn, great performances by Rivers and Demarius Thomas, but bad performances from most of the other players, including Victor Cruz, who went down with a season-ending injury. We'll see if Stormborn can survive that. In our final matchup, Will Forks Chode and the 2 Live Jew had an absolute shootout for second place this week. 2 Live Jew takes high score for the week with 123 points to beat out Will Forks Chode. For the Chodes, Newton finally looked healthy again, put up 35 points. Brown, Bradshaw had some good weeks once again, and the Philly D continued to put up a bunch of points, while Emmanuel Sanders didn't see many looks from Peyton Manning. For the True Live Jew, solid points from the Cutler, Jeffrey, Bear combo. Bernard McCoy put up 37 combined. Steve Smith had another big week. The Detroit D edged out Phillies with 21 points. The only blemish might have been the tight end. Here's your Week 6 power rankings. Once again, a lot of movement. Will Forks Chode continues to stay at the top, tied for first with the Sloppy Joes, who have moved up a ton, both with 36 points. If I had to pick one team to win it all at this point, I'd say it'd be Will Forks Chode. My team falls from first to third due to a bunch of injuries to my players. Dingleberries, Rams Drool, Where's the Beef Brady, Raging Ray Rice, all tied for fourth, and I could see any one of them taking a run at it. Our second place team, 2 Live Jew, ranked in 8th place, tied with Demarius Stormborn for 8th. Now, he's complaining that he's not ranked higher even though he's in second place. What can I say? Fantasy pros don't like your players. Maybe they're just having good weeks. Maybe fantasy pros don't know what they're talking about. Maybe a little both. I don't know. I just do the numbers, man. With my nipples, for the last place, and that was definitely due to a lot of the injuries that have been sustained. So, here you go. Take a look at it. I think these are probably going to move again, and as I said, this is a really competitive league, and at this point, it could go to anyone. 6 teams are going to make the playoffs. So keep in mind, those are the power rankings, and they don't reflect any waiver claims for this week because this video is recorded Tuesday night, and your waiver claims would go in Wednesday morning. So, it's a rough projection because there's a lot of injuries. We don't know how well the players are going to do when they come back from their injuries, so it's freaking anyone's guess at this point. We're about halfway through the year. Just want to say I'm really happy with the way everything's going, and I hope you guys appreciate all the hard work I'm putting into for these videos because they do take a while. I think I'm happy with everything except for the fact that Yackle still owes me $100, but hey, what do you expect? Hey, dude, even Austin paid me last week, Yackle, so if you're watching this, go to the ATM or something. I decided I want to have a trophy or something for the winner. I'm going to take suggestions, what you guys would like to see for that, and I'm a pretty creative guy. Maybe I can come up with something myself. As far as if we want to have a Sacco or whatever, I don't know. But I'm open to suggestions for that too. Also, if anyone wants to take a guess, you get some brownie points if you can figure out where all the music came from in tonight's video. I'll give you a hint, it's a movie soundtrack. So I'll leave you with that. Everyone have a good week 7.